So it seems like you're in a situation where you are the one that is in control. This person that you are, engaging with, or this person that you are involved with, seems like they'll do anything for you because you've got them, down. And you might be taking a little bit of advantage of that because you know that you have a lot of power over this person. So just be careful about how you handle things. If you're going to be a person that can manipulate and control the situation, do it with kindness. But it looks like this person, is willing to do anything for you. So it's a very strong love connection, it seems. You've got both of the signs for Venus here, but one is in Taurus and the other Venus is in Libra over here. So a very strong love connection. And that is why they are willing to do anything for you. They see you as very beautiful, somebody that is really lovely to be with, and they enjoy your company, and that is why they will do practically anything for you. So they're willing to take, to bow down to all your needs and all your demands. And you do know this. You do know that you are, very much in control over here. But it's better to be a kind ruler than somebody that is, don't take too much of advantage of them. So you've got this Jupiter in Sagittarius over here, trying to expand your horizons, and maybe you are focusing on, you might be doing some traveling right now, maybe you want to see the world, you're trying to bring in bigger ideas into your life. Let me put it that way, and opening your mind up to the bigger picture, really. So this could be a growth and expansion, and this could also be a lot of business travel that you're doing at this particular moment. So some sacrifice has to be made in it in order for you to proceed. You might need to focus a little bit more on the relationship rather than focusing too much on work, because you've got the Saturn in Capricorn over here. So you are focusing and making a lot of sacrifices maybe for work, but maybe you need to rope that in and bring this into your relationship. Give your relationship a little more time than you're giving it. You might be spending too much of time at work, and that could in itself could make your relationship suffer. You're entering a new phase right now, so something beginning for you. And but you need to actually give more time to the relationship in order for it to grow. So in the past, you ended in a cycle. There was an old cycle. It was something happened that left you really heartbroken, feeling very despondent, being very, very helpless. You can see this person's lying on the beach, almost as though they have nothing. They've come through a big emotional turmoil over here. You've got a lot of clouds and rain going on over here. And you've got the ending of the moon cycle over here. So, and they seem to be, have just been abandoned on the shore over there. So it looks like, you came through a really difficult relationship that left you completely shattered afterwards. You couldn't even pick your head up to see the pearl in the shell over here. So you weren't looking for anything around you. You would just, it almost left you emotionally dead, if you like. So having come through a really difficult phase, but that ended. And you started building your strength up over here. You've got you started focusing on yourself. You've got the sun in Leo over here, building up your confidence over here, and building up your emotional personality as well, emotional strength rather, should I say. So you were still very emotional, after this whole scenario here. It's almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes over here. But after this emotional turmoil that you went through, you are still going through it at the same time, but you are now building up that confidence and rising from above all that emotional turmoil that you went through. So going into the future, just be aware that, whatever actions you have does have consequences. So make sure you're thinking very carefully before you're doing anything. You don't want to do anything where you have caused any kind of, you make rash decisions and then you have to pay for those consequences where there's a breakup of the relationship or something, goes wrong in the relationship. So what you need to do is you need to think very carefully and very clearly before you make any kind of big moves, and make sure that you are communicating with your partner very clearly, because you don't want to say things that is going to upset that person, and then it's going to end up causing a breakup. You see, this woman is pregnant and having to deal with this pregnancy. It was an action that was taken by her, and now she is going through it alone. So with the sword over here talking about communication, you've got the red flag on the sword. So you could be saying things that might be harsh, or could be saying things that could be hurtful, and that in itself will have its own consequences. So make sure that you're thinking very carefully, very clearly before you say anything, or you're thinking very clearly before you do anything or act on anything that you're thinking about, because it could have some dire consequences. You don't want to end up with a broken relationship because of something that had been said that should never have been said. Now, having said that, you've got the card that is talking about, bridging gaps, maybe meeting people from your past, childhood friends, going back and thinking about the past, reconciling with things from your past. So maybe you're healing your past through this relationship. But with this Mercury sitting in Gemini in this card, it's talking about some communicating with somebody from the past. So you might be meeting old friends or people that you've maybe worked with before, very, very, friends that you haven't seen for a long time. So you're bridging that gap, and you're meeting these people. So you could have some reconciliation going on with people from the past. Maybe this relationship that you're in is with somebody that you have met from the past, somebody that you have been in love with before, and maybe you've or been befriended before, and maybe you've reconciled with them. So, and you're keeping up communication. You're starting to communicate with them, and that relationship is, it brings back really good memories of the past. You did know this person from the past, and you have now started a relationship with them. So you can see these two children over here playing in the water. So, and this bridge is there's a bridge between the two sides of here. So it's now, getting back with this person from the past. It could also be like, there could be somebody from the past coming in with an apology, and maybe you haven't seen them for a long time, and they're reconciling with you. So reconciliation happening over here, or meeting people from the past. So the message is generally, watch what you say and what you think, and you're going to have to spend a lot more time with the partner, because that is something that will allow this relationship to grow. And there could be a lot of travel that is involved in your life soon. Okay, so you're dealing with somebody at this particular moment who you're very enthralled by. You've got a lot of regard for this person, but they might be pulling the wool over your eyes with this Magician card, because it is the card that is ruled by Gemini, and it's talking about communication, and it's also talking about deception. Where you're feeling like this person is just really wonderful, they might be actually doing things behind your back. Gemini is usually the sign of the twins, so they might be presenting one face to you and doing something else when you're not aware of it. So be aware that could be well the case, that you're being manipulated at this particular moment, maybe having the wool pulled over your eyes. Maybe this person is lying to you a little bit, saying things to you, but not really meaning what they say. So just watch out for that. Look out for signs where there could be some deceit going on over there. So what's happening with you? You are very work focused. You are trying to get to the top of your career, reaching the top. So, and you want to reach that point. You've got the King of Pentacles over here. You are in a position of authority. So you have, you've been focused on your goals, spending a lot of time by yourself, and you've reached the top of your game as far as your material wealth goes. You're sitting really pretty on, whatever you've worked for, whatever you've invested in is paid off. There's a lot of abundance around you. This man is reclining on his money. And, it looks like this came from a lot of hard work. This is the card that is ruled by Virgo, the Hermit card. And here you can see you worked in a state of really where you had no abundance around you. There's a lot of ice around you, very isolated, and also focused on that career goal. And it looks like there's an achievement, and you have achieved the top of your career status. So in the past year or so, you have been trying to juggle maybe a relationship and your career. It looks like there's some sort of career decision that you've been making. You've been, very self-made, and that is where your focus has been on your money and trying to acquire wealth, trying to make decisions about money. So you've been very, very career orientated recently in this last year, and maybe there was some kind of offer, and maybe there's been this new relationship that has been presented to you, and you're trying to decide the value of this relationship, whether or not it's worth pursuing it, whether or not it's worth investing in it. It seems like, she's holding this coin very close, but she's deciding what is the monetary value of this coin. So you're trying to make an assessment about whether or not this relationship is really lucrative for you, whether it's going to be something that is going to run the distance, or it is something that is, even worth you wasting your time or wasting your effort investing in it. So you're actually doing quite an assessment of this relationship to decide whether it's going to go the distance. Now, this relationship is a very soulmate relationship. So there is quite a soulmate connection over here. You all are very in tune with each other. So deciding whether or not it's going to be, its value, it seems, as though it is a valuable relationship. It is something that you are very connected to this person with. And it might be well worth investing in it. Now, you had faced a situation where you had a lot of betrayal in a past relationship, and you had to walk away from that relationship. This has been playing on your mind about how you were betrayed in the past, and maybe this is why you are sitting now and and trying to decide whether or not you should invest in this relationship. Is it worth your while? Because you had so much of heartbreak and so much of betrayal in the past relationship that you had to really just abandon it and walk away from it. You can see this man, this king, is really contemplating about whether or not he should actually accept any kind of offers that come in for him. And it seems like, you're thinking about whether or not you really should take up this relationship as a long-term thing. Is it the long-term relationship that you've been waiting for? And this is what you've been trying to assess. So going into the future, you've got the Four of Cups over here. There looks like, you might be getting a bit bored in the relationship in itself. This looks like a lot of discontent happening between the two people, where they seem to have different goals in life because they're both facing in different directions. And although they have this emotional connection, it doesn't seem like it's enough to bring back excitement. So you might be ending into a phase where you're starting to feel a bit bored with it. And this is causing a lot of discontent, and maybe it's causing a breakdown of communication as well between the two of you. So that's something to watch out for. So what's going on with you? You are very tied to your job, and also you've got a lot of negative thoughts about the relationship itself. You don't think that it is quite what it's supposed to be because you've got the devil card over here, and this is showing, that although you want something really good, you don't think that relationship or that person is going to be able to provide that for you. So, you're in two minds about it and feeling very negative about it. And these negative thoughts need to be, you need to get rid of these negative thoughts because it is causing this relationship to break down. And even though you have such a soul connection with this person, the fact that you are now looking in different directions is showing that, you all are both getting bored of the relationship, or you're feeling that it's not fulfilling you, and you have a lot of negative thoughts about it because you don't feel this person is, maybe you don't feel that they're trustworthy. Maybe you think that they're pulling the wool over your eyes, and maybe this is you looking for that deceit, saying things, you're looking to see if this person is really lying to you. So, there's a lot of distrust, it seems, going on as well over here. So you've got the Queen of Cups around you, and, this is a card of somebody who's very emotional, but somebody who can be getting a bit depressed about things. So this might be affecting you quite on an emotional level. And it's also a card that's showing a bit of emotional loneliness. So you're trying to handle things by yourself, and you're not really opening yourself up to discussion, or you're not revealing your true feelings. And this looks like you do need to do that. She needs to see, she's emptying this cup up on this altar. So it looks like you do need to reveal what you want. You need to have some heart-to-heart conversation or talk with your partner and decide where this relationship is going. And you need to open up those channels of communication so that you don't feel so negative, and you don't have so much of doubts about what is going to happen in the future. Oh dear. Okay, so what you're worried about having your heart broken. You're worried that with this Five of Cups, you're worried, that you're going to get into arguments that are going to be something that causes a lot of problems, and you're scared that if you open up emotionally, things are going to just go awful. They're going to go horribly wrong, and you're not going to be able to deal with it because there's going to be a lot of heartbreak and separation. So you're worried of actually revealing yourself because you don't want to upset things right now. So you need to let go of all the past influences that you had. You've got this cup, everything that's built in the past, and you need to walk away from it. So if there's anything that is bleeding into this new relationship that you had that is causing you to have these kinds of reactions to the person that you're with, you need to let go of it. You need to let go of past hates and past hurts and walk away from it. And don't paint this relationship with the same paintbrush as the last one. This might be a totally different relationship. It might not be at all like the relationship of the past, because whatever you're bringing in from the past is now affecting this relationship, and it's causing a lot of hurt between you and the person, because you are not opening up, you're not communicating sufficiently to this person. You're keeping everything bottled up. Now, if you need help or counseling, or you need some sort of guidance, you need to also ask for people to help you around you. There are people around you that can help you get over. Maybe you haven't come to terms with that past relationship that you left, and you are still carrying a lot of burdens from that past relationship. There are people that can guide you. You might need to seek some professional counseling or some sort of kind of relationship counseling. There are people around you that can help you to get away from all the baggage that you're carrying from the past relationship. And this looks like a relationship that you should invest in. You've got the Ace of Coins over here. It's something new. The hand of God is pointing to it. It's the hand coming out from the sky. There's a lot of abundance around it. And it looks like this relationship is being given to you. It's almost being God sent to you. And it is something that will grow. It is the Ace of Pentacles. So it is something that will grow into something long-term and produce a lot of long-term benefits and a lot of abundance, and a lot of long-term commitment. So you need to actually make up your mind how you want to handle this. If you are having a problem dealing with this relationship, on a level where you're not communicating your feelings anymore because you're too scared and you have a lot of negative thoughts about it, and you're keeping yourself in emotional isolation over there because you're worried that if you say anything, a lot of arguments are going to come out of it, or you can have a lot of heartbreak from it, because maybe this is what happened in the past. So you need to actually let go of that past and walk away. It's very important that you do that. And if you do that, then relationship is going to grow, because you've got the Ace of Pentacles over here. So it's something that is well worth investing in, and it is something that is going to grow and bring in a lot of abundance for you. Emotional abundance. It's going to bring in all the things that you've been asking for. So you've got the Knight of Raphael saying committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topic that make your heart flutter. So this looks like, it's going to turn out to be a very committed relationship for you. And it's going to be something that you absolutely enjoy. And, it's going to be something that you are very drawn to. It's your knight in shining armor, really. So it's something that you should invest in. It is something that you should commit to. This person that you're dealing with is very romantic, dramatic, poetic, and introspective. So they're ticking all the boxes for you that you want. So don't have any doubts and don't have any fears about it. You've got the Seven of Gabriel over here. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. So you need to act with confidence. You don't let the previous relationship come in and taint this relationship and cause you to not communicate. So you do need to communicate in this relationship. You need to talk about your inner feelings. And I know that is a bit of a difficult thing for Scorpio to do, because you do tend to be a very private person. So you've got the Eight of Raphael. There's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right, a spiritual quest. So it looks like, you need to cross that emotional bridge. You've got this bridge going over the water over here, and, you've got some hang-ups from the past, and you need to get over those hang-ups, because this person that has come to you is somebody who is better than the previous relationship, and it was something that you've been waiting for a long time. So you need to let go of your past any kind of illusions you've had about the past, anything that brings the past into the present, you need to let that go and live for today, for the present. Don't live in the past and bring the past and allow it to cause havoc in the present. And it looks like it's a relationship that is going to run the distance. And if you need help and advice from somebody around you, supportive people, ask them for it, because they will be able to guide you. You can see this person showing this woman the way, even though she's upset. So you might need to ask for some guidance to allow you to walk away from all this. This guidance will allow you to walk away from this emotional baggage that you are carrying. And it looks like it's going to run the distance. It looks like it's a relationship that is going to progress, or it's going to prosper, because this is the Ace of Pentacles. It's the beginning of something new, and it looks like it will grow. And even here, Archangel Raphael is saying, this is going to turn out to be a committed romantic relationship. And it is something that you should, accept and try to work towards.